Hey guys, welcome back to Come Within. Today's going to be a very special podcast as it's Valentine's Day, and we're going to be talking a lot of stuff about relationships and how it affects our mental health, and our self worth, and even how we handle love as teenagers and how it affects us. And yeah, and of course, we're with a special guest today, my best friend of literally 5.5 years, and we're finally recording this together, and it's a Valentine's episode. So if you already know, it's gonna be very honest. We're gonna be sharing our experiences and talking about how crushes, relationships affect high school teenagers and stuff. And now we have our special guest.
Hey guys, I'm Yashesvii.
It's great to have you here. I'm going to be asking her a bunch of questions about love and relationships and our mental health, and she's going to be answering them and based on her experiences, and so you guys can get a different insight on someone else speaking about these like information. Information. So Yashasvi, have you ever experienced any of these relationships, like crushes or like really big stuff that actually affected your mental health?
Yeah, definitely. Like especially like in high school, there's like a lot of things you experience throughout high school. So, being in a relationship can really affect who you are as a person.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's a lot of experiences that we could talk about.
Okay, so first question is, has liking someone ever made you question who like you really are, like your own worth?
Yeah, well, definitely, because nowadays it's like really hard to find the right people who actually make you feel seen and be like who you are with them. So when you're with them and they start showing less attention towards you, or like they're like distant, you kind of feel like, oh, maybe I'm doing something wrong, or like maybe I'm not enough for them, maybe they just don't like me.
Mm.
And like you start questioning yourself, but like really there isn't. It's just the person and it's not you. And if they're feeling distant and they want to be avoidant towards you, then that's on them. It's not really on you.
Mm-hmm. Because
Yeah.
like I feel like sometimes like we when we're in that state, we always think, oh, I'm acting like this, or like maybe I shouldn't look like this, or maybe I shouldn't like do these stuff because we always think about what they feel about us and instead of what we feel about them. So I feel like we do our self worth kind of gets down a little depending on who you're hanging out with, like who you're with in initially. So yeah. Okay, so our next question is that do you think like some of our anxiety like comes from trying to like be chosen instead of like trying to choose well for someone else?
Yeah. So when you like someone, you start thinking about the factors that you want them to see in you.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really put yourself out there. You put like the version you think that they want. So you're like, you know what, maybe they'll like this about me. So you start like dressing a different way, or like doing your hair a different way, or going to school in like a different way, and start talking to people in different ways.
Have you done
So
that before?
well, it's kind of like natural, I guess, because like you want them to like you.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it just like you just have to switch so they like
Mm-hmm.
you. So like it creates like the sense of anxiety that you want them to like you. So you have to do this, and then initially you'll like end up choosing that person, but
But then you end up not feeling good about it because
yeah,
you showed them a complete different version that they liked
exactly,
about.
yeah.
That's why I just like every time, like obviously like I'm not in any type of these relationships or like never been in any, but like when I'm in a relationship, I want to show my true self, like how I am, because I don't want them to like a side of me that I'm not. And it's really stressful because it's kind of like in a people pleasing way where you do this, but it's so natural for everyone. Like obviously you want to be liked, but it comes to a point where you want to actually be feel seen instead of feel seen in a complete different way.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's very important these days in this generation, especially where people almost fake everything. Like everyone fakes all situations, situationships, all friendships, all relationships. So I feel like if you're really true to yourself and true to other people, then all these fake stuff won't happen.
Because like at the end of the day, they're liking the version you created for them,
Mhm.
and they're not liking you for like yourself.
Yeah. So when you get further into the relationship, like you're gonna get into many more conflicts, and they're gonna be like, "You changed. You were never like this. Like you're all that and this stuff." So, it also falls into the trap where like your people just start thinking like you're two-faced or something like that, like or you're fake, like. And there's been so many like scandals or like stuff out there, like in school especially too, like where people just like, oh, like I was just I was just interested in her, that's why I just started liking her, like it's not even that big of a deal. Like people are not taking relationships seriously as they should, especially in this like young age when you don't even have to do any of that. Like you don't even have to be in a relationship. Like you just have to focus on your mental health, your school, and everything. But people think it's just. I mean, obviously you're gonna have interests in like with other people, but like the way people make it seem is just not genuine enough in this generation. So it's like we need to be more careful, especially us like my age, like especially in high school, because these people are so different and you will never know who they truly are until you spend like your entire life with them, you know. So yeah. Okay, so the third question is, Yashi, have you ever stayed attached to someone like because they validated you, not because they were actually like good for you in a way?
Yeah, you could say that because usually like it's not about the person, but it's about how they made you feel when you were in that relationship. So like if they made you feel like you were seen, you're like good enough or like you're pretty enough for them, then when you lose them, you're just like, "Oh, well I'm not those things anymore." And it's like that valid point that's not there anymore because they're not with you anymore.
So you're saying that that specific like incidents, like experiences, that time you felt like that just because the person said it, and then now you don't feel like that because that person is not there anymore?
Yeah, because when you're trying to be chosen by that person, you're just like, oh, you need to be this, and then they like accept that version of you, and now suddenly they're just like gone. Like you feel like, oh, maybe I'm not these things anymore. Maybe like maybe I changed. Maybe yeah, something like that.
Oh, wait, what? That means you acknowledge that because just because this person said it, now you don't think that anymore because that person doesn't say it anymore.
Yeah, because they left because
So you don't think you're pretty?
No. Bro, you can't do that to me on a podcast.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm pretty because he didn't say that.
Yeah. No, it's just sad to
it's
hear that
really sad
from my baby. But
anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so a little break from our laughing session. Why do you think why does like inconsistency make us more attached instead of like less attached for you?
Okay. Yeah, so basically when they're not paying attention to you anymore and they're not as consistent as they were in the beginning of the relationship, that you feel like you want to try more for them because you need to like get their attention back towards
and you need to feel comfortable again.
Yeah, like, you need to feel like you did in the beginning of the relationship.
So that's same with friendships too.
Yeah, every relationship. You just like when they suddenly stop caring about you, you have to like you have to try more and you have to put in more effort so they can be a better person. But that's like actually not true. If they don't want to put effort in, then it's not worth it to be in a relationship.
Yeah, same with like friendships or relationship. It's like we're trying to like it's always like it feels one-sided in a way. Like you're trying to like maybe that person is thinking the same thing too, but like once you start getting a little distant, you want to put the effort in, but then you don't receive it back, and it just feels like you want to make things comfortable. You want to like approach it and like be like, hey, like I'm here for you still and all that stuff, but then like it turns out in a way where they think they probably are just getting tired of it, and I just don't like that aspect. Like I wish people just were more honest with their feelings and directly communicated with you, because you don't have to misunderstand all these stuff. And like especially you, like in relationships, I feel like you cared so much and you always put effort, but you never received it back, but you still ended up loving that person. It's just that it's sad, but also you're like, that's I would still do that. It's still till this day. And I just feel like even though it gets inconsistent, like you still have to communicate well enough for them to understand how you're feeling, and especially for you to understand how they're feeling, because they might not think that you guys are distancing away, or they might think everything's normal, but maybe you're just overthinking. Like, you need confirmation for both sides. So I feel like that's very important in a relationship. And obviously today is Valentine's Day, and we're trying to give like flowers, gifts to your girls, or whatever, like if boys are watching this, or like the girls are feeling appreciative, or some of them are not getting flowers or the same confirmation that other people are getting, or what they expected, like, oh, like my boyfriend didn't get me this today, or like, wait, so like he's not gonna ask me for Valentine's even though we're still in a relationship. Like, there's so many aspects and problems that people think. Like, for example, I might not think it's that big of a deal if I don't get flowers, but someone else might think it's a big deal. So there's so many, like, it's such a big responsibility to like think about all these aspects, because you're not only taking a whole responsibility for you, but from a different person, and it's like you're combining both those things to like be a better person in the same way too. Okay, so we have a really good question. I think this question is so like fittable for this
Really
podcast. Like,
important.
it's really important too,
Mhm.
especially this generation, like
Yeah.
2026, bro. So, like, has social media made relationships feel replaceable?
Okay, I love this question because that's a definite yes.
Yeah.
Because social everyone's on social media these days, and they're like, you look at all these different people, and like you're like comparing yourself to them, and you lose self-esteem, and you think they're better, and you're like, oh, this person may think that they're better than me, or like
Or their relationship is better. Like, oh my
yeah,
gosh, they're so cute. Or like, they don't even look
yeah,
that good together. Or like,
yeah,
wait, what is these two doing together?
yeah. It's
Or
basically
yeah,
like judging everyone, and
yeah.
like it's like not good. So it's like when you're in a relationship, there's always gonna be like another profile, or like another DM, or like something that makes you feel less in a way.
Or
So
nervous.
or
Yeah.
nervous, because like you're gonna think like, oh, maybe they're gonna leave me for this other person, or maybe they're gonna find someone else
Mhm.
prettier, better, or something like that.
That just means like we don't, like, in this like today's world, like you don't have, it's hard to trust someone fully in order to feel like, oh, they won't do any of that, like, unless like you're in like a very committed relationship, or like where you guys communicate a lot together or trust each other, and like you know that that person won't do anything. It's, you never know, to be honest. Like, there's been so many incidents that we see day by day going on in this world, that you can tell that nothing, like you can't even trust anything. So it's honestly scary at the same time, unless you find the right one. But like at this stage, like we're so young,
Mm-hmm.
so it's so scary for us to feel this way. Like it just, social media has kind of ruined it, to be honest. At the same time, obviously you can build stuff from it, but yeah, now people think, oh, I have so many options available, kind of thing, in a way. And I just feel like social media, they have to, they give you some type of perspective for you to look over and think about, but sometimes it's not even really true. So yeah.
Yeah. So like you said, like even if you're in a committed relationship, there's always gonna be a person that's gonna be like, oh, they're kind of weird. They're
Yeah.
not good together. I'm gonna do something about it, and they butt into their relationship.
Yes.
Like, who are you to have a say in their relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the people in the relationship start thinking like, oh, maybe this is wrong. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
this is not right for me, and they start like moving away from the actual person in the relationship because some other third person came into the relationship and talked to them about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like social media changes people
It
in a
does.
relationship, and it just gives them a new perspective in a
Mm-hmm.
bad way. So
Yeah, like
that's
one person can get very self-centered,
yeah.
and the other person will be like, oh, like she's just my other option. Like,
Yeah,
it
exactly.
just
Oh,
hurts so
I
much thinking
know.
about it, because like you don't ever want to feel like that in a relationship. Like,
Yeah.
what's the point? What's the purpose of a relationship, anyways? If you really think about it in that direction, like
Mhm.
there's no point. Like, I'd rather just be with myself or my friends. You know, like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like
Okay, so the next question is about commitment. So like, are you the person usually in the relationship, like committing, like to get in a relationship, or would you want your other person like to commit? Because like for me, to be honest, like I never make the first move. Like,
bro, literally.
it should always be the guy who makes the first move. Like, I just can't, and I'm not interested enough. Like, I don't even care to the point. So I'm not like, obviously, like if they initiate it, then I feel like, oh, like I'm kind of like included. Like, I kind of feel known or something like that. And then like once they make the first move, then I will lead it kind of thing. Okay, so I just need the thing, but never happened. So like, that's not my problem. I'm not sad about it. I'm not sad about it. But so it's just funny. But like I'm not sad about it. But like commitment is like very big, because like if the other person, like, what if you two like each other, and the other person doesn't want to commit, but you're like, oh, like why should I do it when he's the man or some shit, some stuff.
Whoa. We need to bleep that.
Okay. And then like, so like, it's kind of useless, to be honest. Like, unless there should always be one person that's leading it. It should be the guy, to be, in my opinion.
Okay.
It should be.
But like, okay.
No, who should be leading it, and then you should be leading after that.
Yeah, okay, that
like,
makes sense, I
for
guess.
example, like you're like the guy's handling the relationship and you're emotionally handling the relationship.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like, yes, yeah.
Right? Because mm-hmm. Like that's what feminine and masculinity is. And we don't want to get in that topic.
Hey guys.
It's pretty big. Okay, now you answer the question.
Okay. So basically, like you said, if I like the person, I really don't know what the other person is thinking. So I feel like if the other person made the move and started to like commit, then I feel like it'd be better because I know then we feel the same way.
Yeah, you feel more certain.
Yeah, and you're sure of the relationship. So I think it's better if the other person makes the move, because if you don't know how they feel and you go up to them and then you just face rejection, that's gonna feel really bad. So it's better to just wait it out, or if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
But to be honest, we're thinking about it in this way, but like, what if the guys feel like the same way?
And then there's a problem.
Because I don't think, I mean, we've always like, I mean, from a bunch of shows or like generationally, like from before to after, like future, old, whatever, I feel like it's always them who should take the initiative first, as a man or a boy.
Yeah, because like people find it cuter, and
and it's like, more, it's better. It just works out.
And it's more certain.
Yeah,
like
more
if
certain.
The guy is like taking all this like initiative to do all this for you, then like he actually likes you and he wants to be with you. But like if you pick a person, you go up to them and then you're like, I like you, and they like somehow they say yes, but they're not as interested as you are in them, that won't really work out. Because
and usually guys are so egoistic. Like they have like a different pride in themselves more than the girls. So if you just go up and like risk your embarrassment to go up to them and say like, hey, I kind of like have feelings for you, some guys will be like, no. Or some guys like are different. Obviously they like people who take initiative. Some guys maybe be like, oh, I want the girl to make the first move, so they'll probably like it. Like, we don't know at this point. Like, it's just better to follow it traditionally than making up random stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So the next question is going to be like about attachment. So do you think like early relationships in this stage like shape our attachment styles like long-term way in like the future?
Yeah. So basically, if you're in a relationship right now and it doesn't work out, you learn something from that relationship that you can take on for your future relationships that might actually work out. And so how this affects long term is that right now you're like basically just 16 years old. Like us, we're 16 years old. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. There's so much more. And if we just get stuck up right now, we won't be able to move forward. So you just have to move on, and you have to learn your lessons, and you have to take it forward with you so you can be better in another relationship with other people.
Yeah, because I feel like if we go like to each relationship thinking about, oh, I did this in my last one, so like I guess I'm just gonna continue it.
Yeah,
like it's just gonna go full on very long term. Like it's gonna continue each time. So I feel like it's not healthy enough. But you just have to give a chance to everyone and to yourself in different situations that fits the best in your life in that state, because we don't want to continue the same mistake again and again.
Yeah, because if you do the same thing again and again, it's going to be a constant cycle that you have to go through every single time, and you're not really learning anything from that.
Yeah.
So,
and it's going to happen, like you're going to go through that same things again and again until you learn, because nobody's going to, like, the universe is not going to stop until you learn it.
Yeah, so, exactly. Yeah.
This question is going to be about standards. So like, why do you think like we lower our standards like when we really like someone. Because, like, I don't know, like, for girls, especially, like, it's your personality that matters a lot more. And, like, if you make them feel seen, make them feel loved. So I feel like we start to lower our standards. Like, we start to, like, feel, I don't know. It's kind of hard to express.
Yeah.
But you just start to feel like that way when you really like someone. But yeah, what do you think
Yeah.
about this?
So basically, when you like someone, you start to like accept their flaws. So even if they're like
Yeah.
they're not in your league or something, you start to see them in a really good way, and you don't listen to all these other people telling you, "Oh, they're not good for
And
you."
I think it's
Yeah.
cute. Like, we're blinded by love. But
Yeah,
like
we're
it's
like basically blind. So
yeah.
it's not, you have to see through that to be in a correct
Yeah, and
relationship. So
I feel like everyone in all these so many there's so many podcasts that talk about this, like you get blinded when you're in a relationship or something like that. But I feel like you truly have to acknowledge it just for your own benefits. A lot of people don't think about themselves when they're in a relationship, but I feel like we have to get just a little more selfish about this and think about how it's affecting us and how it's benefiting us, because at the end of the day we want a relationship to benefit both sides, not just one, because that just makes it like it won't work out. And I just feel like our standards have to be set the same way as it was before and not lower them. And you know you like, even if you see some flaws, maybe just accept them but acknowledge them. A lot of people, they don't try to acknowledge them. They just be like, oh, that's cute, oh, that's fine,
Yeah.
I like it. But no, you have to acknowledge them, like, oh yeah, you like, I don't like this part, but it's fine, like, I like you, so I'm like, accept that. So yeah.
Because like if you're in a relationship and like they're doing all these things to make you feel like you're like really bad and you're like the worst person ever, but then they do one good thing one morning because they feel like they want to do it and they finally woke up from their whatever, then you forgive them for all these things that they did, and you're like, oh, maybe he's a good person again, maybe he'll change, but that never happens because basically it'll go back the next day, and then and then it repeats. So
and again, like, we're talking about all these flaws, like all these problems, or like general basic stuff about what happens in daily life relationships, but that doesn't mean that we're like fully going on a negative perspective to this, because at the end of the day, like, it's always the best feeling ever for whoever has experienced it. It's not like we're going on full on negative mode, or like, oh, this sucks and everything. Like, we're trying to see both perspectives in a way. It's just that a lot of people kind of like forget these are like real, like, I don't know, these are like experiences that you have to know, because you're validating yourself and the other person at the same time. And we're going on we're going on both sides. Like, it's not like we're hating on relationships. It's Valentine's Day, come on.
Yeah,
like,
we're not hating on it.
Yeah.
We're just like saying you can't be with the right person. Okay, I need to redo that. We're not hating on relationships, but like we're just saying we need to see both sides in a relationship, and there's good and bad. Yes, like you were happy with them, and you had moments that they were really nice to you, and you really liked them, and they were a really good person. But you also have to know that there's like a bad side to them, and they made you feel a certain way that they shouldn't have. So you can't be like, if you're in a good relationship, that can be a factor in a relationship. Because if they make you feel that bad, and like one good thing can make you forgive them, that's not a good relationship.
Yeah, that's inconsistency.
Yeah,
and it's literally in everything: relationships, friendships, with your siblings, with your parents. Like, you just, everyone's always gonna have a bad and good side. Okay, and in any relationship in the entire world, you're always gonna have problems for it. It's gonna be weird if you don't have any problems in that, like, in that specific like relationship. But we're addressing that problems so that you guys can acknowledge it and learn from it and feel more seen, because a lot of people just get, like, I don't know, pushed down. And we just want you guys to see both of our insights in how we feel about these. It could be wrong, but from what we have experienced and what we have seen other people do, like, this is our insights and experiences. Yeah. Okay, so this one is like kind of interesting. This question.
Yeah.
So, like, is being like nonchalant actually maturity, or like just being like the fear of getting hurt, so you try to act cold, you know?
Yeah. So basically, I think after you got out of like a terrible relationship, oh, it's like you love this person but you also hate them so much because they did so many things, but you still love them with all your heart. Like, you know what I mean, right?
Mhm.
So, and then you just like start to turn cold because you're like, oh, I don't want this to ever happen to me again, and I don't want to like put myself out there again and for this to like repeat itself.
And you don't want to be open about it.
Yeah, I don't want to be open about it. So I feel like being nonchalant is just like fear of not getting hurt. It's not being mature. Because
I would never call nonchalant mature.
Yeah, because it's not.
It's not like,
if you're
unless you're actually like a cold person.
Yeah,
That's your personality, but you don't want to fake it.
Yeah, like
to act mature.
I know. So it wouldn't be maturity like right after, like if you're like a sunshine of a person.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you broke up with someone.
Yeah, and then now you want to be like, I want to be nonchalant.
So that's not maturity. That's just you saying, oh, I don't want to do this again. Like I don't want to do this again, and I don't want to get hurt again. So I need some time, and that's fine. But like, it's just I wouldn't call it mature.
Yeah, I also just like when people are just true to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when someone's trying, when someone is trying to act nonchalant, but they're really not. Like, why are you trying to change yourself just because of how other people will perceive you? Yeah. Like, it doesn't even matter if you're in a relationship or not. But like, it's just like, it makes me sad because you can't even, this generation, you have to act in a certain way to be accepted. Like, you don't even have to care to be accepted. Like, I've been hated so many times, and I still choose. I don't regret it because I've grown from it, and like, even till this day, like, it's fine. It's fine. Like, I just want people to act true to themselves and not act how they think other people will perceive them, and it just makes me sad because I sometimes also like before I also sometimes went through it, and I was always so like scared, and I just don't like that because it's getting worse. It's getting worse. This generation, like, it's getting worse for other people. Like, especially like if we look at like other people younger than us, we don't want them to go through the same thing. So it's just sad.
That's true.
But yeah.
Yeah, like if it's your own siblings and they're going through exactly what you went through, that's like really hard to like watch. Because if you have a little sister or a little brother and they come crying to you and they're like, oh, this boy or this girl did this to me.
And then you have to take the initiative to help them. Yeah. Because you don't want them to go through the same things that you went to. Yeah.
So you try telling them, but they just don't understand because you never understood it when you went through it first. So they don't know what to do either, so you have to be the bigger person for them.
But then how are you gonna make them understand? It's so hard
because they're gonna go through it no matter like how you do it because it's their life and you can't control that.
I feel like at the same time I feel like they have to experience it in a way.
Yeah, you have to experience that to learn more lessons and like be a better person. But
that just reminded me of like taking your parents. They probably have warned us so many times, but we always thought it was so useless and dumb. But then we went through the same things and we realized that
maybe
they were right.
Their advice was like,
or like maybe all their advices are not always wrong. Like there's obviously they've lived a longer life than we have, so obviously they have some right to like tell us. But I feel like once you experience it, you start appreciating other people. In a way.
That's true.
So I feel like everything is supposed to just happen for a reason, and like don't ever like regret any friendships or relationships because they somehow shaped you in some way or some experience. So I just feel like we just have to live through everything and then reach the best point, I guess.
Yeah, because that's only like a chapter in your book. It's not your whole life because there's so much more to life. There's like your career. You have to focus on your career. You have to focus on your grades and
your family,
your friends. There's so many people that actually love you, and
you just downgrade them.
Yeah, because if you focus on this one person that does not want you in their life, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna be sad all day, or like I'm not gonna hang out with anybody because like, oh, I lost this person. But you don't see who actually loves you because there's always people that love you more than someone who doesn't want you in their life. So they're not gonna text you and be like, "Oh, I don't want you anymore," or like, "I don't want to do this," because they just love you for who you are, and no matter what you do, they're still gonna be around you. So.
And I'd like to add on to that. It's because I feel like we always end up getting so attached to someone who doesn't want us than from who wants us. I just don't like that we do that because you're just sabotaging yourself in a way.
Exactly.
Right?
Because
Yeah.
if there's someone that wants you so bad, but you just can't get yourself to like them.
Like, why would you like someone who's not interested in you?
Yeah, like I don't get it, because like every single time
It happens.
Yeah, it always happens.
It always happens.
Because like you're so attached to this one person,
Yeah.
you can't like anybody else.
And we literally acknowledge it while doing it, but we don't do anything
We're
about
like,
it.
oh my god,
Like, right
this
now,
guy
yeah.
loves me, but like I can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Right now in the podcast, we're talking about this.
Yeah.
But then the next day we'll go and do the same thing. Like, we acknowledge it. It's just that a lot of the times we acknowledge most of the stuff, but we never put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to do that these days. Like,
yeah.
Honestly, like the past month, I'm not like feeling good. Like I'm not in a good mood. But after like 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, from then I've been feeling way better. Like I'm feeling happier. So let me tell you, you're not gonna be in like a sad stage for your entire life.
No,
okay?
no. Yeah, like one.
Even when I was sad, I was just like, this is just temporary. So let me just like get back to being happy, because I love being happy. I never want to be sad, you know?
Yeah, because when you're happy, you just like see more things around you, and you're like
positive.
You're like you're positive, and you have this energy, and you're more active. Because like you can't give up your whole life for a person who you just met like a year ago. Because like who is he, bro?
Yeah.
Like,
so when you're sad, just try to think that, hey, like this is temporary. I'm gonna be happy next week. Like just think about the positive stuff. It's so hard. I'm telling you, it's so hard to think about positive stuff. But at least put that in your mind. Like this is temporary. Like I'm gonna be happy again, and I'm gonna be sad again, and I'm gonna be happy again. It's gonna be a constant cycle. You're never gonna be something fully for a long time. Yeah.
Because like you can't be sad for more than like a week.
That's life.
It's not bad to be sad, because obviously if you lost the person that you thought was the love of your life, you're gonna be sad, because that's like so sad. But like there's more to, if they didn't choose you, then that's not the love of your life. So it's not worth it. So just like give it some time, but also like make sure to acknowledge the people around you.
I love how like I'm talking about in a life perspective and she's talking about in a relationship perspective. So like we both combine it together, and then we combine it into a whole universe perspective.
Yeah.
Like it's just, she keeps on getting to like talk about the relationship, and I'm talking about she's been in one. I've not. So I'm talking about life. So it's just like funny, because like both of them are right, and then we're like just mixing it together and making it into one.
And it sounds right.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
You can't. Yeah.
Okay, so Yashi, when you look at like when you look back at your like past experiences, like what part of you do you think that you deserve better? Like what do you generally till today, like what do you think that you deserve better from people or from even yourself?
Okay, in like relationships that I had in the past, I feel like I'm always the one that's doing the most, because I'm like the kind of person that would want like the other person to feel loved, and like I want them to have everything they want. I'm like happy for them all the time, and like I'm generally just like a yeah. So like, and then when you start seeing that they don't really think about that for you, it's kind of sad, because like
I mean, okay, I'm gonna tell. So basically, like she takes, I don't know, she does a lot. Like you do a lot, and I'm always so grateful for that. And she, mind you, like we barely meet each other. Like we meet each other like once 3 months or something like that. And it's like it's basically long distance friendship. And like we live 40 minutes away, and like obviously like even though we live like 40 minutes away, like it's not like we can meet every single time, right? So she's the one who always like takes initiative calling us every day. Like she always calls us, and then but like I also want to call you, but my parents won't let me. So like, it's like I never want to make you feel bad about it. But it's just like same within a relationship. Like she gives so much, but if obviously you feel sad when you don't receive it back. Have you ever felt that with me?
Oh no.
Okay.
No, because like y'all are like, bro.
Yeah. But like.
No, like there's just like this relationship between us we can't explain. Like we just all love each other, and it's like all good.
No matter what.
Yeah, no matter what happens. Nothing that could break us apart.
Nothing. Yeah. Like it's so weird, but it's so refreshing. Cause, I've never had
Yeah,
any relationship with
'cause-
anyone like that.
Yeah, because we live so far apart, and like we still like we're like the closest friends of each other, even if we go to different schools.
And even if we live with each other for like 6 days, no fights will happen.
Yeah, literally nothing will happen. We'll have like the best time ever, and we don't want to leave.
Yeah,
like we're always like we should totally live together one day. Like we're gonna get a house one day. Yeah, so yeah, it's like that.
That's how I feel like. I feel like for me as a person, I always want other people to feel seen. Same with you. You want them to feel seen too.
Yeah.
Like we have the same intentions, but it's so sad when you don't get it back.
Yeah, because
so
like
sad.
You try so much, and you're like
they don't even acknowledge it unless they actually try to see through
exactly.
You know?
No, like they only acknowledge it when they need something from me. Like if they see like an advantage that they might get from me, then they're like, oh, they're all friendly with me. And this is not just like in a relationship with a guy, but like also my friends. And like anyway. So they're like, oh, maybe she has something for me, and then they come to me and they talk to me, they act all friendly, and then after they're done with whatever they needed, they leave. They're like, you know what, I don't really care about her anymore, so it's fine.
I don't like that.
It doesn't matter.
I feel like I've done that sometimes too.
What?
Sometimes, like
to who?
Like people I'm not close with, you know, like they're just like friends. But like if I need help, I'll text them.
Yeah.
But I do every time I do that, I feel guilty because I'm like, bro, I haven't even said hi to this person. I didn't even say how are you. I just said, hey, can you help me with this?
Yeah.
I know the reason I'm feeling sad is because I know I do it sometimes, but I feel like the intentions you have are different for many people, and it's so sad.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, especially if you're like not that close with them, then you're like, okay, that's fine. Like they're just like a mutual friend, whatever. But like if you're like in the friend group and like you're friends with them and you hang out with them every single day and they keep doing this to you, you kind of feel like you're not like worth it.
And they never talk to you about anything else except what they need from you, like emotional validation or something like that.
They like don't tell you about their stuff, and then you go tell them about your stuff, and they listen and they don't care about it. But like they don't tell you about what's happening with them.
Yeah, so like one-sided.
Yeah, you don't like feel like their friend or like like their girlfriend.
Yeah, because you care about them, but it doesn't seem like they do.
Yeah, exactly.
So. Yeah, that's why I'm glad I have.
Yeah, I'm so glad we have each other.
Yeah. Okay, so we're ending the podcast with one more question, and that's gonna be our last question. I'm so sad that it ended so quickly because I feel like we went so deep into like every aspect. Like usually, really like people feel so awkward and feel like cringed out talking about relationships, but it's so important in life, and I just feel like
because you need to know.
We had this like comfortable like space talking about it, and I feel like it would be very helpful like for you guys to like listen to and like get insights from us. So the last question is going to be like, how do you like someone deeply without giving them control of your mental state? Because that's really hard to like do.
Yeah. So basically, you can't, if you don't want your mental state to be completely ruined, you can't make them like your entire life. You can't. It can't always be about them. You need to focus on your schoolwork, grades, your future, your other friends. You can't just be around them all the time.
They're just another part of your life.
Yeah, you can't
in a meaningful way, but like
yeah, because your world can't revolve around one person. There's like a billion other people in the world, and if you make them your center of attention, like whatever they do is what you feel.
Yeah.
In reverse.
Yes.
Yeah. So like they're setting your mood for the day. Because if they feel grumpy in the morning,
and if you
feel grumpy in the morning,
they make you feel so emotionally unaware of yourself.
Yeah.
Like you just don't even think you know yourself anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
You start to feel like, who am I? Like, what am I even doing? Like, that's why even in friendships, don't make someone like fully your responsibility. You have your own life, they have your own life.
Yeah.
It's how you connect together, it's how you feel comfortable with each other, and it's how you have fun together. Yeah. That doesn't mean at the end of the day, like, oh, like this person is sad, so I'm also gonna be sad.
Yeah, like we need to like set our boundaries. Yeah. Just because they say I love you doesn't mean they mean it. Just saying. Just because they go, oh, I love you so much, like, I'm gonna do this for you, you're gonna do this for me, like, bro, who are you to tell me what to do? Like there's no one that can tell you what to do other than yourself. So if you make yourself do that, then that's not worth it.
Give yourself the love that you want someone else to give you.
Yeah.
And then someone is gonna give you that same thing, and then it's just you just gotta act mature with it at this point.
Yeah, because there's nothing you can do. Because
Yeah.
like they're their own person, and at the end of the day, and
Prioritize yourself.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like you can't put someone else before yourself, because if you're not in the right state, then how are you gonna care for the other person?
And in those stages, it's so hard for you to acknowledge that. You'll be like, bro, I'm selfish enough to like put myself first. But then in reality, you're selfish. Being selfish is different from putting yourself first. You know.
Yeah.
And I feel like people mistake that a lot, especially in relationships, because some other person might think like, "Oh, you're so selfish," and the other person will like, "No, I'm putting myself first because I never did."
Exactly.
So there's many perspectives you have to look at when you're in a relationship, which is so hard, especially like obviously in the 20s, 30s, it's way more handle like you can handle it way better than how you can handle it now.
Yeah.
You're still so young, your brain is developing like
Yeah,
crazy.
because think about it, your frontal lobe isn't developed yet. Like
Literally.
like think about it.
So
yeah.
That's why I feel like relationships is such a big responsibility. It's like a whole another human being being with you. It's like so insane. So I'm just like, yeah, it's hard. So think before you do it.
Real, please do. You can't just like do this. You have to think about it. You can't change yourself for a person, because if you're changing yourself for a person,
you're losing yourself through it.
In being in a relationship, because if they don't like you, you're not gonna be.
Yeah. No. Instead, like yourself.
Yeah, like why are you putting on a different show for them? And like, it's not worth it to keep pretending all the time. Because if you're with someone, you need to feel safe. You need to know that they want you for you.
And you're gonna be losing yourself through the way.
Yeah, and why would you want to do that? If you think this person is gonna be with you for the rest of your life, then you need to be able to be comfortable around them. You need to be able to tell them what you feel like, and they need to be able to comfort you through everything, and they need to be there for you.
Yeah,
because you can't be doing more and they can't be doing less, because you have to be 50-50 all the time. So,
and that only happens when you find the right
person,
which is not in this stage.
Yeah, obviously not. Like you can't meet someone and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna marry this guy.
Like what? Like, bro, if you're a teenager, please don't think that.
Please. Bro, it's not
you're affecting yourself so much, guys. Exactly. Like, none of that is gonna happen. Because
everything starts going wrong once you start thinking that way. Because so that suddenly
you're gonna think so deep into everything. Yeah.
Like it's gonna consume your brain, and then your grades are gonna start dropping. Yeah. And then your goals are gonna be like their goals, and you're gonna match with them. Like, there's no point. Like, be your own person, bro. Like, there's no point to change for a person you met 4 years ago, and you've been with yourself for like however long you were like born for.
Literally.
Like, oh my gosh, it's not.
Oh my gosh, I love him so much. He's gonna be the. Oh, sorry, that.
Why is she being corny?
Yeah, like
like it's not. Don't say
it's not worth it, guys.
First of all, it's corny. It's like, just don't do it. Yeah. Like, it's not.
It's not corny once you're in 20-30s, but that's not your state right now. Yeah. Like, focus on your life.
Yeah.
Like, grow.
When you're settled down, you have like a perfect job, and you're doing what you want to do. That's the right time.
And then it's easy to prioritize.
Yeah, because you know what to do now, and you're like not dependent upon like your parents, or like you're like financially independent. And like independent in general, so like you know what to do, and you can make your own decisions. Right now, you're like basically a kid, bro.
Yeah, and you can make
like if you're 16 like us, we're not even 18 yet. So like I don't know,
we're not even out of high school.
Yeah, we're not even out of high school yet. Like I don't know what, we haven't seen anything. We live like I live in I live in a city, and then she lives in a different city. So, like, we only know people from that certain city that go to our school. So,
you haven't seen everything yet.
If you go to college and we move to another state, or, like, go somewhere else, you're going to meet so many other people that, like, they're, like, more mature and, like, more honest. Like, actually, like, a good person, Yeah.
Okay, guys, so this would be the end of our podcast. It was so fun, and I love like the cute setup. It just makes us feel so cozy and like Valentine's theme. Yeah. And I hope you guys spend amazing time with your significant other, your friends, your family, because this is a time of your life to show love to anybody. anybody.
Yeah.
And I just hope you guys enjoyed this podcast, got to see some different perspectives, and even if we talk the same things you already knew, at least you got to see from other people's perspectives. And I just hope you acknowledge it. And I've enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
And yeah, guys, bye.
Bye.